I'm going to the Prismacolor Varathane a little bit early here because I want to get something on there to show you how much more intense it is. And I'll use that as an opportunity for maybe to, so you can see it a little better. And then I'll go back in with my color erase and do the gradation out from some of those places. And remember, this is one of the things to really try to remember. If I am over here and I'm trying to get my bearings on what shapes, what the form of this is, and I know I need to draw something over there to see right now, I want to make sure that it's extremely light. So I want to work in the lightest places first. I want to just know where I'm going to stop. It's kind of like designating your highlight in your graphite drawing. I can designate that because I want some value in there. Otherwise, it's just going to go ahead and be flat, remember? And so it's okay for me to put the very lightest indicator of where the apex, the brightest part of that highlight is. And then when I get there, I'll absorb it into the value that I'm adding. Well, this over here, we want to be able to have it recede into the black. And so we want to be able to remove it. And this is, again, one of the nice things about this, because if I get too intense over here, which you can't see, I can tap it back. If I want it to go, I can tap it back because it's the color erase. That's this one right here. It's amazing. This is so different than the other ones. And I hope they don't take it off the market just because I'm mentioning it to everybody, because this has been one of my favorite pencils for many, many, many years. It's helped me do things that I could not do otherwise. It's very compatible with a lot of paint medias. I used it a lot with my gouache. It's a heavily pigmented watercolor paint, and very opaque, but you can reduce it down to transparent as well. And I would draw out what I want, and I never had to worry about the water-soluble paint beading or not covering, where the color erase is, because the pigment in here has no wax, and so it allows that saturation. It allows that water coverage and absorbs right into it. It's wonderful. Well, I'm sorry I have to build this up. If I'm going to show you anything about what's being done, I don't want to deceive you and have you say, "What in the world? He went that intense? I can't go that intense. I can't get it off." Now, see, my pencil is sounding a little bit scratchy because it's actually being a little bit glazed because of the repetitious strokes. Kind of polishes it, and so it gets to the place where you're not going to get much left behind on the paper or on the board. I'm trying to do it so you can all see, but I'm going to go ahead and start creating this a little deeper than maybe this and this. And so I'm looking for a range, a contour that I can start creating. It looks like I'm going to have to either, I have a tendency to roll my pencil in my fingers. I do that with my graphite as well, because I'm constantly refining the point. With a color pencil, again, it has a tendency to polish. And when it starts polishing, it doesn't give up the pigment as well. I'm going to have to find out the official word. What are we working with? What's the makeup of this? I wonder if anybody would tell. Maybe it's like Coca-Cola's recipe. They don't want anybody to know. I don't know why somebody hasn't copied color erase, because surely I'm not the only one that would like to be able to have some forgiveness and from some opportunity to develop it without committing too much. Something that I can manipulate and remove and tap back and contour and create that foundation. So I'm going to go all the way around my light bulb and you can find out what kind of intensity you want to have. I'm going to go ahead and bear down a little bit just to see what we can do. Might have to give a little bit of a quite a bit more pressure. You might be able to get a little more out of it if you end up sharpening it. And maybe you have a colored pencil at the last that you feel is even more intense than the Prismacolor, and you can get even more out of it. You want to try not to bear down too much, because again, you're going to make a slicker and slicker surface, and you need that texture, to be able to get the lead or the colored pencil onto the paper and allow it to leave. But now, at the very last, if I'm going to maybe create this ridge in here, if I know and I have everything in there, well, this is a way that I can go ahead and show that that's a little lighter ridge. And then I can fade away my other color ace from that.